Good morning, it's Amy Simpson. I wanted to this morning just to talk about this being an opportunity for us really to take stock. So a nice little task that you can do is get out like a sheet of A4 paper, put a big line down the middle, and think about things that really deplete. So I want you to, at the top of one column, to write depletes me, and the other one to write energizes me. And I want you to think about all of the things that you're doing. So think of the things that all of the activities you do on a day-to-day basis. And there'll be some things that we have to do. There's like the basics, like just, keeping on top of things in the house that they don't necessarily, we just have to do them. They're non-negotiables. Whether we like them or don't like them, it doesn't really matter. We have to do them. But it's just starting to kind of think of all the things that you do, what really depletes your energy. So what really just like sucks all the energy and the life out of you. And on the flip side of that, what do you do that really, really energizes you, that makes you feel good? And just have a look. So almost like keep a bit of a balance, like a balance of those. I can't speak this morning. A balance of those. And then it's just really taking a bit, once you've done that, taking a real look at it and just starting to go through the list of the things that deplete you. And it might be that you realise that, something that you do every day when you first wake up is you go on to Facebook or Instagram and you're scrolling through, and actually maybe it's been a while since you've reviewed some of the accounts that you follow, and maybe there's stuff on there, maybe there's things that actually they just deplete you. They can have that sense of making that anxiety or that stress feel a little bit stronger. It could be something as simple as having news alerts on. So if you follow any of the big kind of news channels and they send you news alerts, there is something about being informed, but there's also something about being able to control the volume of that information that's coming. And maybe actually the fact that you wake up and there's maybe 3 or 4 alerts about COVID-19 or things that are happening in other parts of the world, and maybe that just sets up that sense of stress and anxiety first thing in the morning. So a really simple thing you could do is just, you don't need to delete the app, but maybe you just turn off the notifications so that you can choose at what point you go into it. It might be that something that you've got on your list that really energizes you is watching old kind of reruns of a series that you really like. So something that makes you laugh, something that just reminds you of a time where there was less responsibility. It was a bit more you could just a bit more carefree. So maybe it's about recognizing, personally Friends is always a winner for me. I love it. I can rewatch all of them several times over. I've got a few of my favourites, and if I'm having a really rubbishy day or my mood's kind of stuck, actually I know that if I go and put on an episode of Friends, it reminds me of probably the age I was when I was watching it and what was happening in life at that point. But two, it's just good fun. It's a bit of light entertainment. Or it might be that I recognise that actually something that I'm really enjoying just now is taking that opportunity every day to go out for a walk. In pre-lockdown, that was always something that I enjoyed doing. The reality of, did I do it every day? No, I didn't, because life was too busy. And actually that sense of just getting out for a walk, whether I go with my husband or whether I'm going with my kids, whether I'm going myself, not taking my phone with me. My phone stays at home and I am just present on that walk, regardless of the weather. That's something that really energises me. So just having a bit of a look at the balance of all the things you have to do. And yes, there will be stuff on that list that feels like it depletes you, and they are non-negotiables. They're just part of being an adult. It's just part of life. We have to do them. But what we can do is look at how we balance them. So maybe there's certain things that we have to do every day, but it's maybe recognising, okay, so those are the things I'm going to have to do. But in recognising they're probably just going to slump my energy a little bit. The thing I'm going to do either before I do all of those or after, or even better, one at the beginning and one at the end, just to kind of rebalance that energy, is something from that list that really kind of energises me, that just gives me that lovely feeling of calmness or contentness or just lightness in the body. So take a moment to take stock, check that kind of balance between what you're doing, how you're spending your time and your energy, and just seeing where you can make any slight changes. Okay.